Catch up on the latest music news, social issues, exclusive interviews, album reviews, also featuring entrepreneurs doing big things, all on musiclifesocial.com. We do this for the people to empower the people.
What it is, what it do, you know what it is. General Millz, salute in the building. Music Life Social, BTP Media Group, Signature Stylez Entertainment. You see the double S. That's what it is. I'm doing another installment of the So HipHop podcast. You know what it is. And we always getting them original, real hip-hop icons. You know what I mean? The legends that was legends that put people on that you don't even know. They footprint or where they was at. They walked across this globe. They've been blessing y'all for all these years. You know what I'm saying? With some original music, original content, original culture. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to salute another guest via my boy Jeff from BTP Media Group. Always got to salute my West Sider Riders. You know what it is in the building here with Mr. should I say was mixing with the sirs, was on the block, posse on this side. You know what it is. We here with DJ Nasty Nes. Salute DJ Nasty Nes.
Yo, what up, General Millz? How you doing, man?
Good, man. You know what it is, man. We just trying to keep this hip hop alive and keep it vibing, keep it growing. You know what I mean? Start educating these the new youngins, the upcoming ones with these legends, man. You know what I'm saying? With the legends, I do the I'm So HipHop on everything. You know what I mean? Trying to keep that wave going, and we got blessed with your boy DJ Nasty Nes.
It's all good. Well, you know what,
man, for joining us. We want to appreciate you, man. Give you a big salute and a big
thank you, man. Thank you, and thank you to Jeff Quan because he's the one that hooked it up. And now I can add you to my list of people that I've been dealing with for the last 40 years. And yeah, right now you're at the top of the list. So stay up there. Okay? Don't go down.
That's right. Let me get it where I fit in, man. I'm just trying to be legendary by knowing legends. You know what I mean? So that's my wave right there. I'm here to highlight, the legends and let everybody that don't know their story or their footprint or how they put their effort and their work into the game. You know what I mean? Give them a highlight of a part of history. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is a big highlight for me. I'm a hip hop historian, if you want to call me that, but I love hip hop. You know what I mean? All coast. I'm originally from the East Coast, but
yes.
I've been on the West Coast vibe for since I've known about hip hop. It all happened at once. So you know what I mean? I salute, like I tell them, MC8 is one of my favorite MCs, and we went back to Colors with Ice-T, and all kind of West Coast influence. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say, this is an honor for me, for General Millz. And it's always a salute. I'm the general, so I'm always giving a salute and a respect for the ones that paved the way for us and set the standards of what culture and reality of the essence of what it is. You know what I mean? We always want to give them a highlight, man. So, we here with DJ Nasty Nes. A lot of people might not know, like I said, he was with the Sirs mixing, was like Sir Mix Alive. Y'all ain't catch that. You know what I mean? And I know that's part of your legacy. You know what I mean? And putting these things together for 40 years, like you mentioned. So we just want to ask you, man, DJ Nasty Nes, how'd you get started? How'd you get on? What was your influences, to get you into hip hop? And then, we'll just go down the line from there.
Well, I got to tell you something. I'm glad you're a general, because if you were a private, I don't know if I'd be doing this interview, man.
I know that's right, boy.
Okay, so I'm just letting you know right now that
I appreciate that.
So anyway, you're from New York, the East Coast, right? And actually, my influences came from New York because when we moved to the States, meaning my mom, my sister, and I, my mom and I ended up living in Seattle, Washington, but my sister ended up living in New York because she got a scholarship to New York University. And while she was, after she graduated and everything, one of her best friends, her name was Ann Tripp. And Ann Tripp was a big radio personality and still is on, I think, on WBLS. But she used to be on a radio station called 92 WKTU. which is like one of the very first dance music station that played mixes on the air with Jelly Bean Benitez, the Latin Rascals. I mean,
Nice.
so I remember she had to drop something off for a friend and Trip. So we went to the radio station, and then I met the DJs there, Carlos De Jesus, Paco, Al Bandero. These are names. If you grew up in New York and listen to that station, they're like legendary. I think I think
Right.
they all passed away, um, but I'm still alive. But anyway,
You heard me.
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of where it all started. Was that my introduction to radio? Was that
Yeah.
and yeah, and
Nice.
then gosh, man, here I am. It's 2000. Well, that was in probably 1979, 1980, and here we are. What, 2024? And so
Yeah.
I owe it a lot to that one first visit to New York's 92 KTU. Because, my sister used to always send me, she would record tapes of Frankie Crocker on WBLS,
Okay, Frankie Crocker.
Mr.
Yeah,
Magic
Mr.
Show.
Magic. Yeah.
So she would send it to me on a cassette tape. So I would listen to it, and then I would copy what they were doing on my radio show in Seattle, which was a
Nice.
1250 K Fox, and that started in 1980, 1981. So I would
Hey,
just,
Fox.
I would bite on their show and copy it and go, let me see if it works in Seattle. And then
Right.
it did, man. But yeah, that's
Nice.
kind of a little bit of how it got started for me was that. And then plus I went to college, Bellevue Community College. I went to radio school, communications. That was the
Nice.
only class, General Millz, that I got straight A's. Because, man, I did not like school, but I got straight A's in that. And
That communication class.
oh man, yeah, and they had a radio station there with a small signal, and everyone said, "Man, you should be on the radio. You're really good." And I go, "Really?" Go,
Yeah.
yeah. So I took their advice and I persisted and got my first paying job on, like I said, in Seattle on K Fox Radio, and
Yeah, K Fox.
I'm still doing it now. So I'm really blessed and happy, man.
Nice, nice, nice. So with K Fox, like you said, you got introduced basically one of your sister friends, which is a crazy connection to even getting on. But I guess seeing that real radio lifestyle or the action, the movements they was making,
Hmm.
kind of made you even more interested into it. So like even before your radio and your schooling days, was you into the hip hop, into the music like that? Did that like what edged you to say, hey, I want to do radio, like in the before you even before the radio station situation in Seattle? What kind of driven you to want to do the radio? I mean, I guess that visit was radio station, but was you on the music like that?
Well, at that time when I first got into my paid gig on the radio, there was like really only one major hip hop record out and that was Rapper's Delight. So
Yeah.
it was just getting started. But prior to that, I did wanted to be on the radio station because there were a local DJ in Seattle. His name is Robert L. Scott, and he
Mm,
just sounded so smooth and cool on the air. And then, I said, I want to be famous doing something, but I don't know what I want to do.
right.
So I had a good friend who, Ed Locke, who went to Bellevue Community College, went on the
Yeah.
radio there, and that's how I learned how to be on the radio was through him. And
Mm, nice.
so the nice thing what I liked about it, General Millz, and I'm not gonna lie, I I, I really didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, but being at a radio station, when I went to the station, I remember answering the request lines, and man, I couldn't
Right.
believe 90% of the calls were all females. And you got to remember, I was only like 15, 16 years old. I go, yeah, this is the way to
This
go.
is the type of job I want.
Yeah, and
That's
then
right.
and then I could play music that I like playing, and I said,
Right.
so I said, that's what I want to do for a living. I want to be a
Yeah.
radio DJ and be very popular.
Right. That sounds good. That do sound like it lines you right on up for
Yeah,
for
man, and it
success.
came true. Came true. Yep.
That's really what's up.
Hmm.
Nice, nice. So with that connection in Seattle on the radio station, once you did get on and all that, how did all that work with coming up, starting to 40 years later now? You still working with those guys, right?
Yes, got a matter of fact, I still keep in touch with a lot of my old school homies. I have a website I do, rapattacklivs.com, and
Right.
it consists of all these college radio DJs that play hip hop nationwide, and I have a guest on my calls like twice a month. And so recently I had
Nice.
like MC Light on there, who we go way
Nice.
back. Greg Nice from Nice and Smooth.
Yeah, nice.
We
I
go.
just saw him in concert last week. I just went to the
Did you?
concert. Seemed very nice. Yeah, KRS-One, Dana Dane came out. Nice and smooth. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was a good one. Big Daddy Kane. It was a nice one out here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's really dope because cats like Greg Nice, for example. When I
Yeah.
first met him, no one knew who he was. He would be on the road with Tila Rock because
Mm,
Def Jam, I remember, was trying to convince me to play "It's Yours." And when I first heard,
okay.
I said, "Man, this record is a hit record." I think it was Russell Simmons, one of those guys, called me up and sent it to me, and then they ended up sending Tila Rock to Seattle to meet
Nice.
me, and then we hooked up a show for them. And Greg Nice was part of the show with Tila Rock. So my roots go deep with cats like that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
along with NWA. NWA is another group
Right.
that I was
Yes, in
part of.
WA.
I was one of the first DJs on the West Coast to play their music on the radio, and in
Right.
return, I don't know if you knew this or not. I was on a Easy E's record called Radio, and
Oh,
I'm on the very end with Dr. Dre. You can't miss it.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. Listen to Radio, man.
Okay.
You should know that song by
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I know that song. I know that song. I definitely know that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Nice.
it's opened a lot of doors for me. I've met so many people through my years. I mean, I rarely get starstruck, but I think only one time I did get starstruck was when I met Run DMC. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, oh my gosh, I
Like,
couldn't even talk.
you know what? Yeah, what year was that? How far was you in your career when you met them for the first time?
Well, I've seen them in concert, but when I finally
Yeah.
actually met them, it was probably maybe 85 or so,
Okay.
I MC the show that they were doing, and I just couldn't believe I was meeting them. I mean, Run
Right. Right.
DMC, man, that's like
Legend.
legendary. I mean, you know,
Yeah. And
Mhm.
early. That was early too.
Very
85,
early.
84. That was early.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Kumo D, the Treacherous Three, we did a show with them in Seattle, and then I was on the turntables with DJ Easy Lee, uh, who was the DJ for
Oh man.
Treacherous Three, and then Kumo D. He loves kung fu movies, and we'd go to eat
Yeah.
in Chinatown, and yeah, a lot of good memories, man, that go way back. And
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to be a part of that era.
Yeah, man. These are that's the real golden era before they call it the golden era. Like I said, I grew up on that with the throwback DJs in New York, like you saying, a rap attack on the radio, like that
Yes.
whole staple was putting a stamp on hip hop before even knew that's what it was happening. Now that's when we look back and say, oh, those were those guys. But when it was just in real time, some people didn't even think of it as anything in the beginning. But now
Like
we hear 40 plus years, 50 plus years of hip hop later, what I mean? You still thriving. And so how does it feel, man, to just be I don't know, man. You still thriving, doing your thing with the radio, and there's a lot of new DJs, a lot of new radio personalities. How does it feel being like such an iconic figure like yourself? And see all the new generation and the new wave happening. Right now at the same time while you still doing your thing. How does it look and how does that feel being one of the I guess godfathers of this?
Well, one of the biggest compliments that I've ever received was when the Source magazine. Remember that magazine, the Source? Everybody
Yeah, the
bought that
Source is
magazine.
one of the biggest magazines. Yeah.
So they did an article on me, and they quoted. They said, Nasty Nes is the West Coast equivalent to New York's Red Alert. And I was like, man,
Right.
Red Alert. You know,
What?
I grew up listening to Red
Yeah.
Alert.
Yeah.
You know, when I read that, I go, man, I think I've made it. You know, if I compare to Red Alert,
It's, yeah, you compared the red alert, yo.
and we're
Believe me,
friends. Yeah, we're
you
friends to this
definitely
day. You know, but
nice.
what's it like with the other DJs? You know, nowadays, it's not like back in our days when there wasn't that many DJs, and now
Right,
everybody has Serato. Everybody's a DJ. Um, I mean, you don't even have to n- learn how to mix. You just look at the computer and press a button. It's not the
right,
same anymore. So I can't really
man. Yeah,
compare myself to the DJs now,
I
but
know
uh,
that's
but to be in the same, I guess, sentence with other DJs in the past, like King Shamik, Tat Money,
right.
all those guys, and but I always thought, man, I'm really old, but then I finally realized Grandmaster Flash is like 7 years older than me, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, I know that's right. You still got
Hmm.
some years to go. You still got quite a few years to go.
Do you DJ at all?
Yeah.
Do you do any of that?
Yeah, well, even before we did this, here, Music Like So, well, I grew up and my cousins had Technique 1200, so I was trying to DJ like on real turntables back in the days. But then,
Uh-huh.
with the new era, I don't know if I think it was called Dreamcast. We actually had before everybody was doing podcasts and all of that. We actually had a radio station that we had on, digital radio station. It was our Music Like Social radio station, with
Okay.
General Millz and Mr. Popular. So I was DJing. I do music myself, rap too, and all of that. So I definitely was DJing. That was Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. 3 hour shows. So yeah, man. I definitely with the breakbeat records, trying to rap and freestyle in the beginning, and trying to DJ while my cousin had 1200s, and all of that. I definitely was doing some DJing. We did it
Wow.
for what, 3 or 4 years on the radio station out here in Atlanta, like in the same building as V103. So we thought we was
Yeah.
somebody. We thought
Hmm.
we was doing something really big, So it was nice, man. We had some good interviews. We interviewed some people while we was up there, MOP, and we interviewed a couple of people, Vita. We interviewed some people that while we was doing our radio show. So yeah, man, like a DJ is another part of a piece of what I love to do too. You know what I mean? I did the Serato thing too. It was the Serato days when I really was doing that. But
Hmm.
yeah, man, yeah, I definitely was doing my DJ thing. I still got my controller and all of that.
So let
So
me ask you
yeah.
this: at your age now, do you have any back pains at all? Just wondering.
Oh, from standing up,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
leaning
ask you
over,
why. Do you have any back
picking
pain?
records.
Kids,
You
because
know what I'm
see, in
saying?
my days, we had to carry our records in crates, right?
Yeah.
So in your era, you just carry a laptop. So don't tell me you got back pains.
Look. Hey, look. I came up with we had records too.
Okay, you sure?
I'm not too far from that 50 years of hip hop in age, but I'm not all. I'm not
Okay.
50 yet, but yeah, I'm not that far.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but I understand them big speakers, 215s, and like my cousin had the 215 speakers, 15-inch speakers,
Yeah.
turntables. It was a lot, but
Do
yeah,
you
I
rap?
know
Do
what
you
you're
MC
talking
at
about.
all? Do you do any of that?
Huh?
Do you MC rap? Do you do any of that?
Yeah, definitely. That's my thing now. Yeah, definitely, that's my thing. MC rapping, hosting, so that's my thing. I'm still. That's why I got this. I'm so hip hop. That's really my heart, my love. So I'm gonna be trying to do this until I'm Grandmaster Flash age or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
All
I'm gonna
right.
try
There you go.
to keep it shaking. That's why this is such a big thing for me. Interviewing DJs like Nasty Nes that's so iconic, East West Coast. Still currently doing shows on the radio. You got your platforms going. This is the life. You know what I mean? This is my highlight. This is a highlight for me. So it's a big salute. And again, I personally thank you for just gracing us with some of your time. But yeah, man, I do some rapping. shoot, I could DJ. I'm trying to get my production game up, so because I know I'm getting older,
Hmm.
so I'm trying to get my production tight and, just making some beats or whatever. So yeah, man, I'm like, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, I'm trying to
That's
figure this
dope.
out to do it another 10 years or 20 years.
Well, for me, probably another 10, 20 years. Lord willing, I'm still going to be alive. I hope to be a big TV or movie star. So that's my
Yeah,
next goal.
that's what I was going to ask you because I know I did some research and I know you've been in a couple of commercials and you was in a few movies. Let's just go over like some of the movies and commercials and visuals that you've been part of. I know you're the ultimate DJ for years to come, but
Uh-huh.
what other visuals, movies, commercials, or anything you've been a part of?
Well, two of my favorite movies that I've been a part of. One was you remember House Party, right, with Kid and Play?
Yeah, yep,
Okay,
yep,
so
yep.
they did. I think Kid and Play did House Party 1, 2, and 3, and then when
Right.
4 came out, they weren't in it. So the who took their place was the group IMX Immature. They're
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
and Megan Good was in that movie too, and I got a chance to meet her. So I was in House
Oh,
Party 4. That was
nice. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I played.
I remember that.
I played. I was a lot heavier back then, but I played a pilot on Gateway Airlines. Yeah, man. Man, and my acting, I tell you, I should have got an Academy Award for that part. But yeah,
What?
yes, sir, Gateway Airlines, and yeah,
Oh
but
Lord.
the trip about it is, I remember seeing Megan on there, and I go, God, this girl's gorgeous, man. And she was a lot younger, And I said, man, I
Yeah,
think she's gonna be really big one day. And look at her now, man.
yeah.
Everybody knows who she is now.
Yep, definitely for sure. I think something going on with her right now. Her name is circulating around for something right now that
Who
I
was that
recently
guy?
just.
What's his name? The one who was in Creed.
Yeah,
What's his name?
yeah. I know. I forgot his name,
You
but I
guys?
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot. Yo, I'm bad with names.
Yeah, me
But
too.
I know her though. I know her.
Yeah. So that movie and another one was a martial art comedy called Kung Pao Enter the Fist, and
Into
that
the
movie.
Kung Pao. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that Kung Pao into the fist.
So I'm the guy. Every time there's a fight scene, I'll pop up on the screen wearing a kung fu outfit with a boombox over my shoulder, and
Oh,
then I start dancing. And that was my
okay.
claim to fame. I'm liking it like 5 times, and
Nice.
yeah, no, the dope thing about it is because I'm a humongous Bruce Lee fan. I actually
Okay.
studied at his school when I was 13 years old. So
Oh,
I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be like Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali, and but Bruce Lee was
all
the
in one.
closest thing I could be like because Bruce Lee moved to Seattle. He put kung fu
Okay.
on the map. I put hip hop on the map in Seattle, and
There you
he's
go.
Asian. Only thing that we didn't have in
Oh,
common is that he died when he was 32, and I lived to see my
double that.
32nd birthday. That's not, I mean, it's not that funny, but I'm blessed.
Sure, for sure, for sure. Take it how it comes. Take it how it comes.
Yeah, yeah. So,
That's
so, so if you get a chance, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but Redbox, I don't know if anyone uses Redbox anymore. They're gonna
they still
stop.
got a few around.
Yeah, they're getting ready to shut down completely. So before it shuts down, go to Redbox, rent Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, and House Party 4, and you'll see
Nice.
me, Nasty Nes.
Yes, yes. On the film, on the big screen, on the
On the
big
big
screen.
screen, but on your
You
TV
feel me?
screen.
That's right. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I just wanted to make sure we had pointed out that you was a movie star too, besides a DJ, a well-known, world-renowned DJ. You also did some roles out there, multiverse,
Yep,
and with culture, with this culture of entertainment and being creative and everything. You know what I mean?
I'm
Um,
trying. I'm trying.
yeah, man. So I know people. So when I look at you, to me, since growing up in them days, those your shades are iconic to me. Like when I see those shades, the thin joints like this from back in the days on that album cover, every time I see those shades for me, because that's where I grew up. I always visualize this album cover with your
Yeah,
boys.
yeah,
Was that
yeah.
with
That
Sir
was
with
my.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, or what cover was that?
Yeah, it was on our first 12-inch single with Square Dance Rap on it. It was our logo was the iconic sunglasses with a mustache. Uh, you
Yeah,
know, and then we made more money, and then we were able to hire a professional to do a professional logo. But yeah, that is my iconic look. And the only reason I have
yeah,
these shades on and known for the shades, and if you can remember, in the beginning days, I wore. You know who Eric Estrada from Chips, the police.
yeah,
So
yep,
I had
yep.
shades like those. So I've graduated to these shades. So I don't wear
No
those
doubt.
anymore. I don't wear Tom Cruise shades anymore. I wear these shades. But you know the reason why I wear it because believe it or not, I'm really shy. Really really shy, and so
Really?
whenever I wore wear glasses, you know, like these.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I can talk like right now. I can talk to you and look at you like I can look at you straight in the eye and talk to you. Now, if I took these off, our interview would be like this. Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah, oh, the
really?
profile
Are
interview.
you serious? So yeah, that's what, and it's just become a habit ever since. You know, uh,
Right.
that's the honest truth. Yeah, 'cause I get really
Listen,
shy.
listen, listen. Yo, we got to get to it the way we know how to. You feel me? You got to get to
Yeah,
it. Keep making it happen. Hey, if that's all you need, we needed those shades for years then, because you
yeah,
definitely made that big impact. You know what I mean on the culture, or all this time. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's I just wanted to point that out. I know them shades is like something you can't forget about. It's like from being young. You know, shades now, people do things with fashion now, but back in the days, you know, a lot of stuff stood out that we wasn't thinking about. Like that's a big deal now. But yeah, man. So with that being said, with that first 12-inch single, how did all that work out with Sir Mix-a-Lot? How was that journey with working with Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Well, you know, we actually went to the same high school. I'm like 2 years older than him, and I didn't
Okay.
even realize we went to the same high school because I was the kind of guy in high school. Like he said, he would never talk to me because he would see me in the hallways, and he remembers seeing me holding a switchblade, and he just said, "Man, I was kind of like a mean guy back then." You know,
Yeah.
and I was, you know, I really didn't like going to school, you know. Um, but yeah, it's really weird how we ended up hooking up because when I discovered him, you know, if you think about it, this is very very early '80s, and when you think of hip hop, you think of New York. You don't think of Seattle. You don't think of L.A. You don't think of
Right.
you know
Right.
Atlanta. You know, back then it was pretty much if you're not from the Bronx, you're in hip hop. You know, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, here comes this guy, Sir Mix-a-Lot. He was circulating his mixtapes with he made his own music and songs. And I go, man, this guy is really good. Who is this guy?
Right.
And that's how that happened. So I ended up, uh, me and Ed Locke, who founded Nasty Mix Records, we went uh, to watch him DJ. He DJ'd every weekend at the Boys Club in the
Nice.
heart of the black district, man. So if you visualize
Yeah.
it, Ed Lock is Chinese, I'm Filipino, so we're the only one
Right.
that's not black walking in there. And it's
In the
like,
whole spot.
yeah, and everyone's like, man, I hope we don't get shot, you know. But because when they heard me on the radio, people used to think I was black, you know, and go,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
then when they saw me, they go, no, man, I think he's Chinese. Nah, he's
Yeah.
Filipino. Nah, he's Samoan. Nah, he's from
Right.
Hawaii. But
Yeah, they don't know.
they didn't
Trying to
know.
figure it out.
But Mix-a-Lot knew who I was, and when he saw me, man, I was so impressed with him, and I just put my pride aside, and then we
Yeah,
we made an appointment to have lunch and talk about it, and man, we've been tight ever since, you know, and man, wow. I always believed in him. Everyone used to say he was weak and whack, and I was weak and
right.
whack. But I really believed in this guy. And man, just to see someone that I was a part of, you know, Baby Got Back go
Yeah,
multi-platinum, it's just a really nice feeling, you know. And he's
yeah, man.
still there for me as a friend if I need help, you know. He
Right.
comes through for me. Um, But yeah, it's a blessing to be a part of that legacy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's Sir Mix-a-Lot. He made a big noise. Like I said, I was on the East Coast in New York, whatever, and we definitely know about Sir Mix-a-Lot. It was definitely not like a West Coast thing or whatever, type of situation. He was definitely or a Midwest thing or whatever. He
Well,
definitely was making a stamp on the whole East Coast too.
I want to say though, speaking of East Coast, especially New York, Posse on Broadway was one of our biggest singles, and
Yes.
I said in a meeting we had, I go, I have a feeling this is going to be a huge hip hop record because who has the biggest Broadway in the world?
Broadway.
New
Ah.
York, right? New York.
Yep.
But
That's a fact.
at that time, that was when they had porno movies every each side of the street. So it was a different 42nd Street, but it was the biggest
Yeah.
Broadway in the world,
In the world.
And I
Right.
said, man,
Yep.
this is where it's gonna work. But it didn't. We didn't really get any love. Only love we got in New York back then was from a Chuck Chillout, who was on a college
Um,
station. Special K and Teddy Ted, the awesome two, who was on a college station, and Half
okay.
Pint and Hank Love, who was on a college station. So it was these college stations who supported and played Mix-a-Lot's music for me, and so I'll never forget
Yeah.
that. I mean, I still keep in touch with these guys to this date.
Nice.
But yeah, so New York, man, that's what I remember so well was, BLS, Kiss FM, none of those
BLS.
stations showed us love, but the college stations.
College stations came through. Wow, that's
Well,
what's up. Yeah, I mean,
the only big station that came through that was really East Coast was WUSL Power 99 in Philly. I don't know if you know that
mm,
station, but they
Power
they
99.
they they played Posse on Broadway, and it became a huge record there, and so that was the closest we got to becoming big in New York was blowing up in Philly, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll never forget that because they had a TV show in Philly that we appeared on called Dance Party USA. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that. You might not even been born, but it was like Soul Train and American Bandstand. It was like one of
Oh
those
yeah.
shows they had in Philly, and my dream was to be on there because there was a girl that danced on there named Princess, and man, I met Princess, and that was bigger to
Philly.
me than being played on the radio.
Yeah, bigger than the radio station play. That's
Yeah,
what's up. So y'all did your thing in Philly. I know that Posse on Broadway was a big record though.
yeah,
I know I don't know where I heard if it was done. I don't know what station I heard it on out in New York, but I definitely heard it. Probably on some underground stretch bar beats, or I don't know.
yeah.
But that definitely was a big record up top. That I remember that record verbatim. Like we definitely was like, who are these guys? Like video music boxes and stuff like that back in the days when we first was able to see videos and stuff. And
Yeah, that helped. Yo MTV Raps helped a lot. And,
yeah,
and you said a name that just brought back memories. I remember now how I started playing Tila Rock. It was
huh,
Bobito. Bobito was working at Def Jam. And,
yeah,
this is before he got into that big tennis shoe collection. And then we would talk
mm,
every week. And I remember him sending me Tila Rock, It's Yours. And I think
nice.
that's how I got the record was from him. Bobito. This is before I don't think he even knew who Stretch was yet, So yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
way
him and I go
before.
way back.
Before,
Yeah, this is
nice.
like
Okay,
1981, 82 maybe. It was a long
yeah.
time ago. Yeah, Bobby. Wow, when you said that name, man, I remember him real well.
Yeah. So I got a couple of years under the belt, just a few, just a
Yeah,
few.
man. Yeah, your age is starting to show, man. Yes, sir,
Yeah,
General. I salute you.
yo, listen, man, I'm trying to do something for the culture that I love. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to just try to make an impact any kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
For real though.
I'm definitely gonna big your name up because I love what you're doing. Honestly, I didn't know who you were until Jeff introduced me to you, and
Yeah, for
just
sure.
by this interview alone, man, you're definitely someone I'm gonna big up and push your social media and whatever so
Yeah,
people know who you are. You know what I mean? Because
for sure.
you're the general, man. So
Yo, I salute all hip hop. I got the I'm So HipHop, and I got to get your information, so because I got to send you, Jeff, and a couple of people I interviewed. I want to send them my I'm So HipHop church T-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll wear it.
On the strength of blessing us with the interview. I
Matter
mean,
of fact, you know what?
know,
I'll wear it because
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you because I'm an honest guy. So I'm wearing this shirt for someone that wanted me to wear it to advertise them. This shirt
Nice.
I'm wearing it for someone I'm wearing to advertise them. So if you, so everything I'm wearing is all advertisement. So if you give me
That's
your
what I'm
T-shirt,
talking about.
so if you give me your
Hey,
shirt,
look,
I'll wear your shirt
the
and I'll sit
small
like
things. It's
this
the small things.
so they can see my chest and see I am hip hop.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm so hip hop, man. I'm so hip hop. You already know. So that's a life. That's a lifestyle I'm trying to continue on, and you know what I mean. Teach the little ones and the ones that don't know, and that's why I'm doing this show, because people like you, DJ Nasty Nes, and make sure y'all spell it with one S, not two. You know,
Yes,
with
sir.
the
Oh,
one
I
S.
like that. Yeah, I like
You
that.
listen. I try to make sure they all well informed. This is the whole point of my trying to do this show. I got some other partners or whatever, but this is my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to not exploit, but uplift and highlight people that did it for the culture. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just a salute for me to even interact with you, have a conversation with you, and a lot of people might not know who DJ Nasty Ness is per se, but
They
now
will
they're gonna
now.
get a chance to.
They
Now they're
will
gonna get
now.
a chance to.
And
This is
watch,
what I'm
check this
saying.
out. Check this out. Because I'm being interviewed by General Millz with a Z, not an S.
That's right.
Right? Am I right?
That's a fact. That's right.
Mills with a Z.
With a Z. Yep.
Okay. So now that we got that out of the way.
You feel me? That's right. You know, that's a signature Styles with a Z. That's why you see that double S, signature Styles. That's what I do. Signature Styles with a Z. You know what I mean? So I'm here with DJ Nasty Ness. I just want people to be able to, because I know you still currently on the radio. You
Hmm?
know, you got, like you said, you got your platforms and your college radio situation going on. Let people know how to interact with you, how to support what you got going on, invest, contribute, or whatever the case is that you got going on. Like so they can know where to go. Tell
Okay.
them your radio show, but where they can actually go to listen to it at the same time.
Sure. Well, anyway, all my shows that I do, and I do it with my partner, Grand Mixer GMS, and I have mixers on there now that
Nice,
contribute in the mix. DJ Mark Martin, DJ
nice
Portland's Finest, Budget Money, Rex Santa Elena.
word.
I hope I'm not leaving anyone out, but those are my main mixers on the show. I got DJ Casio on there. He does freestyle pick of the week. Freestyle music, the Hispanic freestyle music.
Nice.
We play
Okay.
one a week, and we call it a DJ Casio's freestyle pick of the week. So you can hear my
Nice.
shows archived. It's real easy. Mixcloud.com slash
Mixcloud.
Nasty Ness. But remember, one S in S. So mixcloud.com slash Nasty Ness. Or you can hear me live every Sunday night, but I'm on the West Coast. So on the
Right.
West Coast, I'm on from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. But I
Rainier
think
Avenue.
but I think for people that are watching your show, it's easier if they just go to mixcloud.com slash nastiness, and that's one S in Ness. Other than that, man, I'm on Facebook. I'm like
Right.
I think you're allowed to have 5,000 friends. I'm at 4,997 friends. So I got room for three more. And
Right. 3 more followers.
yeah, so that
Okay.
Facebook, it's at Nasty Ness, one S in S. On Instagram, it's Nasty Ness 818, which is my area code because I live in LA now. So Nasty Ness
Nice.
818. On X, aka Twitter, it's Nasty Ness 1. And yeah, that's about it. So that's how you can reach me and find me. But my website,
Yeah.
rapattacklives.com.
Yeah. Rapper.
Rapattacklives.com. Go on there and you'll see the latest charts with the top 30 hip hop chart, and it's stuff a
Nice.
lot of underground stuff that's real hip hop. Right now what's really blowing up for my DJs is the new Common and Pete Rock album.
New album, Common Project. Yes,
Oh
that's
my
dope. Yep,
gosh.
yep. I've been on that for the past 2 days. I've been on it.
Oh, really? Well, I've been on there for the past 3 days. and 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 I know there's a lot of Slim Shady haters out there, but his new album is really good. It really is. His new
Okay.
album is really good. Yeah, Slim Shady's new one is dope. And yeah, there's so much out there, man. But it's good to see a lot of these cats who are like 50 years old doing really
Yeah.
well now. So that gives us
Yeah,
hope.
that's really what I'm happy about too. That gives me more life and more dreams to dream. You know what I mean? When you see people where the culture is actually still rewarding people that put it in all these years. And I'm just glad to see people that maybe put in for all this time and haven't really probably got their reward or their flowers or whatever you want to call it now.
Yep.
And it's a stage where they can still get their flowers and get saluted and respected from all that work they put in and all the entertainment and all the different levels of things they help people go through. Songs are like therapy. Music is like therapy for people. A lot of things,
It
you
is.
could look, so all those people that put in all that work all them years, it's nice to see that some rewards or something, acknowledgement or something is coming out of it. You know what I mean? With
Well,
this last year or so.
let me ask you this. So you say music is like therapy, and I'll tell you what my song is. What is that one song if you're down and out, just really not feeling it, and when you hear that one song, it lifts up your spirit. It doesn't have to be rap. What song is that you
Right.
listen to that does it for you? And I'll tell you mine.
Dang, what one song that makes me feel if I'm down and out, brings me up out of that mode. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't want to say, I don't want to say it's yours, the new version.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the world is yours by Nas. I'm gonna say that.
Really?
Maybe the world is yours. Yeah, I mean, I know that's a song that like if you are off track, it'll at least make you kind of get your thoughts kind of back in the direction of trying to be better or do better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just off the top of my head. If I really thought about it for real, I'd probably come up with something different. But I'm gonna just say that one right now.
Okay, so mine, it's not even a hip hop record, and don't laugh, especially when we sign off. You better not laugh.
Yep.
No, it's a really dope song, and your parents probably know the song more than you do, but there's a song that does it for me, and it works all the time. It's by the group called the Spinners. Have you ever heard of them, the
Okay.
Spinners?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Well, they had a song out called "Could It Be I'm Falling in Love." Whenever I hear that song, yeah.
I know that song.
Oh
Yeah,
my man,
yeah,
General Mills.
yeah.
You can cuss me out, call me a name and everything, but if you play that song, I'll be happy again.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
like
one.
Calm the Savage Beast song. That's one of those songs.
So when I'm at my funeral, so if anyone's listening and they go to my funeral when it's my time to go, make sure
Yeah,
they play
play
Spinners.
that.
Could it be I'm falling in love? Then you'll know
Fall
my
in love.
spirit is there with them. Okay.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Peace. Peace. I know that's right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's a good question to ask too. That's a good question. You got me on that one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look, I want to ask you. Being so legendary, iconic, being have so much experience doing what you do, DJing and multitasking, but just navigating through this music industry. What could you tell somebody, upcoming artist, not even artist, DJ, influencer, producer? What could you tell them, far as just trying to keep just being true to this music, or not giving up, or whatever the case is? What could anything you could just
Yeah.
Jordan style, give us a gem.
And here's my advice. Here's my advice to everybody watching right now. If you gotta, whatever you're doing, whether it's being a dishwasher, or working at McDonald's, DJing, being an actor, you got to really love what you're doing. And just imagine doing it if you weren't even getting paid. Where if they ask
Right,
you to do overtime or work extra hours or volunteer, you're going to do it because you love it. You have to
right,
really love what you're doing because those that really make it in life are those that love what they do and they believed in it even though people told them it's not going to work. Because when I first got into this, people said, man, you know, rap music is a fad. You're going to be on the
Right.
radio for like 1 month and then you'll be gone. It's not going to be around. But I told them,
Yeah.
I said, 20 years from now, we'll be making a living doing this. I guarantee you. And, you know, boy, I'm glad it came true because I was just saying that to look tough, you know.
Right on.
But you know,
That's right.
you really gotta love what you're doing because there are many times where I volunteered my time and didn't get paid because I love doing it. You know, so you have
Right.
to really love what you're doing, no matter what it is you do, as long as it's legal. You know,
Mhm.
and just give it your best, man. I mean, you know, just like when you find that one girl in your life you really love, and you go out of your way and do your best to impress her, and you know. Now, if you keep
Right.
doing that, even once you guys are together and get married, it's gonna work out, you know. Because I know, because I'm on my second marriage now, and it's working.
Look,
How about you? Are you
look, me
married?
too. Look, me too. I'm on my second marriage too,
I knew it.
and
You
it
know what I'm
is
saying?
working.
Is it
It's
working?
definitely working.
No, because you look happy. I can tell.
No,
I
I'm
just.
definitely happy. Like 10 times over. Like if you just only, I was
Oh,
telling her that.
oh.
Like man, if you only knew.
If you, you know, I'm gonna say if you only knew mine. And I'll even take my sunglasses off and tell you if you only
Look,
knew
I know
my
that's right.
story. You know, for real. No.
A real story.
But yeah, man, you know that's a good thing, man. Yeah, just really gotta love what you do, and then you know I also pray. You know, I pray to the man up above.
Yo,
I do that. I
yes
say,
sir.
you know, that really helps out a
Yep,
lot for me. I put Christ number one in my life, you know,
for sure.
and I'm not ashamed to say that, you know. But
That's a
yeah,
fact.
so there's my advice, man.
Good, 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 man. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We just wanted to make sure, you know, the little gems and jewels, you let them know about your journey, you know, so people could catch up to speed on your boy DJ Nasty Nes. You know what
Word
I'm
up.
saying? And let them know all your outlets where they could contact you, follow you, support what you got going on, and then hopefully they'll see, you know, other things that you got going on, you know, and they could branch out and support those things too. You know what I'm saying? We just want to appreciate you coming out, dropping
Yeah.
the jewel for any DJ artist or anybody that's trying to just do something positive for themselves. You know what I mean? Giving us a gem on that. You know what I mean? So you know what it is. It's General Millz. It's
Yes,
always a
sir.
salute
Thank
in
you
the
so
building with
much,
your boy
man.
DJ Nasty Ness. Again, we want to salute your boy Jeff from BTP Media Group.
Yes,
You know,
sir. Jeff
connecting with
Kwan.
signature styles, you know, connecting with the signature styles. Jeff held us down, you know, me with the collaboration music like social. We bought your boy DJ Nasty Ness. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. You know, turn this on Spotify, listen to it, put it in your car. You know, show your friends. You know a legend that know a legend, and make sure y'all salute DJ Nasty Ness, man. Follow him on all his platforms: IG, X, Facebook. He only got 3 more spaces for Facebook, but
Yep,
y'all
three
follow
more.
DJ
That's
Nasty
it.
Ness. You know what I
And
mean?
that's it after
Hit up his
that.
website and salute, boss. We want to appreciate you. Thank you
Hey,
again,
thank you
your
so
boy
much,
DJ
General Mills.
Nasty Ness.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You take care, my
We gonna
man.
connect.
Thank you
Yep,
very much.
yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you and salute again.